Whoops. I forgot to actually put myself here. Just 1 second. And this time, even a little bit, feeling a little bit festive. Alright. Yeah. Nope. Oops. Why did... supposed to mute during that. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, after saving the spiral, I just feel like staring out upon the stars, seeing it all for what it is, and thinking to ourselves, that took a while. Where do we go? What do we do now? Well, the answer is, go talk to bears. Lots of bears. Bears everywhere. Nothing but bears. It's a bear world. Pretty simple concept. And they're Vikings. Isn't that going to be exciting? So yeah, here we are. We are finally in Northgard. We actually managed to progress this quest. All we had to do was pop up here. We didn't even have to do anything. But wait a minute. Here he is. Nick Jonas.
Hey gang, thanks for checking out my music, and I hope you enjoy the new Winter Tusk area of Wizard101. See you in the game.
Yeah, check him out. He's just orchestrating for nothing. I think originally there actually was a quest where you were supposed to help him get these silver trumpet vines. Oh, what the? I forgot to change the stream. Oopsie. I forgot to change the stream info. My bad. Hold on. In that case, should I just end or would I just... you know, no. We'll just deal with it. I'll just keep working through it. One moment. Number... I think this is like 20. Oh, it's 21. I think. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to come up with the title. Wizard101. Let's see. Okay. And, anything else? Also... alright, there we go. I did not mean to accidentally have it not have info. I forgot to change that before I went live. That is my bad. I probably should end so I can actually send the notification, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Just hopefully it updates soon for the actual, like, page and stuff. Either way, we're not doing anything too important. Just Grizzleheim. Actually, Grizzleheim is a pretty big place, now that I think about it. So, maybe it is a little bit more important. While we're here, we can just appreciate Grizzleheim in all its glory. And Nick Jonas. One of the Jonas brothers, and the only one whose name I actually remember. I honestly, not even joking, don't remember who the other two were. Lots of collaborations with Disney at around that point. But frankly, I barely have any memory, but that was so long ago. Felt like a different lifetime almost. Like Wizards of Waverly Place, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Sky High, I guess was actually another thing that they produced around that time. Beyond that though, just a complete blank in my memory. Why is my desktop audio so low? Anyways, what's going on?
Outlander, what brings you to Grizzleheim?
Hello, Caleb. Caleb X Boy 23? Is that how you pronounce it? But yes, hello, welcome. How are you feeling? How are you doing today?
You explain that you've been sent to speak with the king of Grizzleheim.
You want to speak with our king? Not today, little wizard. Our king doesn't just speak with any young cub who asks. No offense intended, but only the most worthy of warriors can speak with the king of Grizzleheim. I'm Bjorn Ironclaws, a famous hero of my people. If you make a name for yourself, I will speak for you and see that you get to meet our king.
Can you help me with one thing? I just want to know what's the best level 20 myth gear, bizarre gear, and just whichever one has the highest amount of damage, health, and resist, usually. Just whichever one has the most highest stats. Level 20, there's not really much that you actually need. Although at level 30 is when you actually want to make the upgrade to the Zeus gear, which you get by doing the Mount Olympus dungeon. And if you don't know what that is, you should get a quest from Cyrus Drake, I believe, when you hit level 30. And that's the gear you actually want to focus on. At level 20, it doesn't really matter. You can beat anything at around that point pretty easily, even with just the most basic stuff.
No one here trusts an outsider. All
Thanks.
great
Oh, yeah, no problem.
warriors of
Happy to help.
Grizzleheim have a band
Oh,
of
thank you very
allies
much
to
for following
trust
me,
and
too.
rely on. If you want to see our king,
That's weird.
you
The
should
notification
become a
didn't pop up.
member of my band.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, glad to help.
My men will show you our ways, so you're no outsider. Go and speak to my sword brother Hagen Shieldbreaker in our camp by the river. Tell him I sent you.
That is weird. Why did a notification not pop up? I feel like OBS is being all kinds of weird for me lately. But we'll just have to deal with it for now.
From your clothing and your manner, you hail from another world. Grizzleheim is an old world, ancient of days, and red in tooth and claw.
Is a plus 70 max okay? Plus 70 max. Do you mean health on your gear? Or like a character level? Because if you mean the health, I wouldn't focus too much on that. Specifically, what you want more often than not is you have a plus 58 max plus 1. Plus 1 damage. Okay. Oh yeah, health. The health isn't too important as long as it gives some amount. What you really want to focus on was whichever one gives the most damage. I believe at level 20 you should be able to get gear from the bazaar that gives you at least plus 3 or 4, and that's the kind of gear you want to get. Killing things faster is generally a lot more impactful, at least normally, than having a lot of health.
Our history is carved into the stone of the world in the form of runes. The greatest rune stones offer magic power. Others teach our lore.
Okay, yeah.
If you would learn about Grizzleheim, seek out the rune stones. The runes carved upon them tell our greatest stories in the language of old.
Okay. There should be plenty of side quests around here, so let's go see if we can find them. Oh, that's right, Prospector Zeke. He's all the way over here. And he also has the yard birds, which means I'll need to look up where all those are.
What you doing in Grizzleheim? Never you mind. Something important, I reckon. I was wondering if you could do old Zeke a favor, if it's not too much hassle. I like to look out for the little things. In Grizzleheim, I'm watching out for any lost yard birds. Could you keep your eyes open and see if you spot any yard birds around? There used to be a flock of about 10 of them. Let me know when you're done.
I like how it calls them a flock, when they're just little bird statues. They're not even like living things. That would be terrifying, actually. There's like 10 levitating wooden statues of birds just coming at you. Okay, so I believe the first few. Northgard. Okay, so it's on one of the walls. You're not really good at knowing stuff? Oh yeah, no problem. I'm assuming you're a new player? In that case. Probably taking advantage of the free membership that you have available right now. Although I think that ends tomorrow. Yeah, it's no problem. Always happy to help with stuff I actually can answer. No, you played since you were 4? Oh, okay. That sounds about right. Wizard101 is a very old game that a lot of people do come back to pretty often. Like me, I dropped the game for a few years and then I came back. That's a missing account? Oh, okay. That also sounds about right. Thankfully, I believe this is my oldest account actually, so I still have a lot of the older stuff on it. Oh, here it is. Nice. Alright, there's one. Alright. So, any other side quests around here? Okay, another in Savarstard Pass. It's OC, so. I think Dandy Hat is okay. I'm not too familiar with the names of them, but very likely. Alright, let's see.
So you're the outlander everyone speaks of, eh? The one who has done so many great things.
Ooh, I like the voice actor on this one.
Oh, my pardon. I know the ebb and tides of fate, and I have seen your destiny. My mind is wide and open to the forces of the universe. But I can no longer see your fate. Not unless you help me fetch the ingredients for a potion. You would have my thanks eternal. If you will do an old raven a favor, go into the burial ground and seek mandrake root from the ground there.
And these are some cursed-looking mandrakes. Well, I suppose this matter too much. Alright, so there's Hagen's Shieldbreaker. Where's the other quests here? Ranith the Unlucky. Where is he? No idea. So we'll just have to walk there. Oh, great. Lots of balance up Visa here. That's not good. So, I might actually have to pull out Hydra for this. Alright, my deck is still set up for fighting Malister. Don't need any of this anymore. Ooh, and I do need more monstrous DCs. I got so distracted with the weekend that I kind of forgot to do any sort of preparation that I'd normally do for this. Oh well, we'll just have to take it as it comes then. Thankfully, I don't think we'll need monstrous DCs. Grizzleheim has some high health enemies. But not that many. Not for just these guys. Alright, what do you see? What do we got? Oh, here it is.
Do you want to get hurt? The Grendels are on their way. They take no prisoners. I can't protect myself without my war gear, but I can't remember where I left them. Could you help me rearm myself before the Grendels attack? Somewhere around here are my sword, my shield, and my helmet.
Oh, that line was really delayed.
Bring them back to me.
Alright, what do we got? Oh, there it is. Shield. Helmet is where? Oh, this thing. Alright, what else? Sword. Yeah, I ended up accidentally talking over his dialogue, so I couldn't actually hear what he was asking me to fight.
I thank you much, Outlander. Now I have a fighting chance against the Grendels.
Oh, alright, that was a super easy quest. Alright, what else do we have? Let's see. Anything else? Orn. No, that's Vicarcraft land. Okay, so we can just deal with this. Mandrake root. Mandrake root. No idea where to find that. Okay, thanks for helping. Yeah, no problem.
What brings you to the camp of Bjorn Ironclaws?
Yeah, if you have any more questions, you can feel free to ask.
Bjorn sent you? He wants us to teach you our ways and see if you're worthy of joining our band? Fair enough. Let us start then. If you wish to learn our ways and join this band, you must learn to be fearless at all times. Fear profits you nothing. Your destiny was woven long ago, and nothing you do can escape fate. It is best to meet challenges with courage in your heart and a blade in your hand.
Nice.
I do not know if you are cowardly or courageous. Only you know which. Go to our old burial ground and defeat 3 troubled warriors. Return then, and tell me what was in your heart.
Alright, let's see. Nedo's right around this corner, so we don't even have to walk the super long way around. Yeah, here they are. If I remember correctly, these guys also drop couch potatoes. So for luck, we might get a few. Alright. Yeah, these guys are really weak. Okay, hold on. I might need to throw some sandstorms on my deck. Just to speed this up, because... yeah, double blading up for a power nova is way overkill. Okay, so here are the magic roots. There's one there, one behind me somewhere. And there's another one. Alright, and I think that's the 3 we need. Oh, Pipvale. Alright. Yeah, we definitely don't need to enchant. I could use an unenchanted sandstorm turb one and we could still probably kill it. Okay, so just want to rush grab these.
You dig up the mandrake root. It almost seems to squirm as you hold it. You dig up the mandrake root. You dig up the mandrake root. It almost seems to squirm as you hold it, like a living being, but then it grows still.
Oh, dang it, I just said to throw in sandstorms on my deck and I immediately forgot. Well, alright, we'll just do this really quick. Although I don't know if I should replace my power novas entirely, because I don't want to walk into one of the boss fights and not be able to do enough damage. Yeah, I forgot. This is meant for level 20 characters. What world do you win? Oh, this is Grizzleheim. Yeah, you unlock the quest to come here when you're level 20. So I'm 32 levels higher than I'm supposed to be for this. Yeah, but Grizzleheim, you actually do come here for the Old Town quest too. Okay, what do we got? So, I guess we'll take out one and throw in this one sandstorm. That should work. Alright, what do you got?
You've dared the depths of the burial ground without fear, and brought me a nice present. You have my thanks.
You're in the third world? Oh, Marleybone.
The second thing I require is a fine mesh to strain the potion with, and there is only one thing that will do. I speak of the wings of a dark sprite. Go into the boar's camp and bring me back the wings of Frithir.
Brutal. Yeah. So you're a Marleybone. Also, yeah, you're a level 20 myth. So you could technically come here if you wanted.
We heard the troubled warrior's howls from here. Were you fearful, or were you fierce? Speak the truth, or I will know if you do not. Good then. That's what I like to hear. Stay courageous. Luck may save you sometimes, but only if your courage holds. A hero is nothing without his reputation, and a great part of that reputation comes from the deeds of his father. You're an outsider, though, and no one knows who your father was, so we must get a great hero to speak highly of you, as if you were his own child. Go back into the burial ground, to the mound of Ingvar Sharptooth. Convince him that you're a worthy heir to his reputation.
Overall, it's a pretty neat quest, actually. Getting to learn about the traditions of the world of Grizzleheim is a good way to start out. Not like, some other things. Okay, so, hold on. Right there. Can you put down your name? Okay, so we have the green one, the purple one, so this has to be the last one. Alright, it's this one. Alright, where are you, Frithir? Little pest. This is pretty dark, actually. We're walking right in. I'm just gonna rip the wings straight out of her pack. That's, that sure is something. Alright, so I think we do need a blade, actually. At least one. Then we'll see how much this does. Oh, let's see how much it says. Your friend is in the same world? Oh, cool. Yeah, Grizzleheim is a neat side world. Or unless you're talking about Marleybone. Either one. Yeah, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Marleybone, but it's alright. And Grizzleheim is fun. But I like coming back here after I've already finished Dragonspire, which is the last World of Art one, if you're not familiar. Okay, now where is this guy? Mr. Ghostman. My soon-to-be adoptive father. What do we got? Oh, okay, there he is. He's surprisingly close, actually, to the start. That's weird. Why did they keep the burial ground so close to their village? Oh, he's in here. Alright. What's the deal? What do we have to do? Mob battles? It's probably gonna be mob battles.
What manner of being are you to confront me so openly? You would like me to speak well of you? That you can share in my reputation? I will not give my regard so lightly. Prove your worth in battle.
Oh, never mind. We're fighting him. Not bad. You know what? 700 HP. I might as well go for the Power Nova. Just have the blade up once. Then I might as well go for the second blade. And then Power Nova into it. But now that I think about it, Grizzleheim might actually be a very long world today. So today could be a very long stream. Now that I'm thinking about it. Probably should have grabbed more coffee for this. Yeah, because I woke up relatively, like a relatively short time ago. So I am in that sort of, tired state. Not as high energy as I'd like to be. But this can work. No, we don't have to finish Grizzleheim one shot, though. I suppose. Alright, let's see. I don't know why I said let's see. We know for a fact it's going to kill easily. By over double his HP, too. Nice. Okay, we got some asparagus. Oh, right, we have to talk to him.
I'm impressed, young cub. You've proven you've got mettle. You faced me without fear and defeated me with great skill. You can tell any who ask that I am as proud of you as if you were my own child.
And just like that, we are now a legendary warrior of Grizzleheim. One of the best. Isn't the wizard just great? Perfect being, good at literally everything. And better than everyone else who exists. Truly inspirational. And totally not weird at all. Ooh. Other person. They have a good mount. What is that? Got the raptor. Where do I get that? Oh, cool. You get that from fighting X-Cax. Not bad. I want that one. Wow, okay. So somebody used the Grandmaster Potion. Or level 50 elixir. I mean, that's what it's actually called. And in spite of that, their stats aren't actually that good. Ah, okay.
Very well indeed. I do not need to consult fate to know that you will do great things in this world. I have half of what I need for my potion of fate seeing. Next, I require the bark of the Gloomwood tree. Yonder in the spider-haunted forest lays just such an ancient fallen tree. Could you help old Hugin and spare him the danger of the forest? If you are kind of heart, bring me some Gloomwood bark.
So, did you win words of praise from Ingvar Sharptooth?
I do have to appreciate the fact that the two quest givers are right next to each other.
Excellent. Are you certain you aren't from here? You are taking to our ways as if born to them. Now, it is one thing to defeat spirits, but it is what a hero does among the living that echoes through eternity. Not far from here is a camp of split-hoof barbarians. When they grow daring enough, they harass and steal from the honest folk of Grizzleheim. Go there and give those split-hoof barbarians a lesson in manners. That defeating one of them should be enough to show them their troublesome ways are at an end.
All the voice actors here have actually been pretty good so far. I'm kind of taking it. Yeah, sometimes I forget how much I actually like Grizzleheim. It's a nice looking world. It's got some good quests and voice acting, and some interesting lore too. It's just kind of a shame that it's so long and level locked and so weird about its placement in your timeline while you're playing it. Okay, where is it? Okay, easy. Next thing. Fight one of the split hoof barbarians. It'd be faster just to use a teleporter, I think. Whoops. Okay, did not mean to do that. You're stuck on a quest. Well. Which quest is it? Yeah, if you need any tips, I'd be happy to help. Although with a myth, I think a lot of it comes down to... Actually, yeah, you should have Humongous Frog, I think. Unless you'll knock it in like 2 levels. Which I think should be enough. Search East Safe House in Hyde Park. Oh, you're on that quest. Okay, nice. You're still basically at the start. So you're stuck because you can't beat them, or are you stuck because of a glitch? Because I've had something similar happen in the glitching case, where the enemies would just not be able to fight with me. If you can't beat them, what I'd recommend is just getting some of these monstrous TCs, if you can. If not, you should be able to buy tough treasure cards or something similar. And then just with your blades, you should be able to one-shot them pretty easily.
You've brought it back, and without delay. I am thankful indeed, and I foresee yet more of your aid to follow.
Oh, you can't beat them? Interesting.
This is the last deed I require, that I might craft my potion of fate seeing, but the path is marked with adversity. It is the sharp, terrible talon of the Grendel that will bring visions of what will come to pass. You must go to the old fort those foul beasts have claimed, and bring me back the talon of a Grendel.
Oh wait, never mind. You finally managed to get them. Nice. I was about to say. Oh, you might beat them this time. Nice. So I think it's Boar Camp. I think both of them are like right next to it. Let's see. Oh, never mind. It's just the Grendel camp and the Barbarian camp. Yeah, with Humongous Frog and some blades, you shouldn't have too much difficulty. Unenchanted, let's see. This should kill. But yeah. If you're not doing enough damage, you would want to use those enchants, or you'd want to also then use a pet, which gives an item card blade, like the one I have. But for myth, because myth blades are better. And with that alone, plus the Zeus gear whenever you get access to it, you should be able to one-shot pretty much everything in Arc 1. Or two-shot it later with Humongous Frog. And then go back to one-shotting it whenever you get Orthrus. Okay, wait. Grendels. These things. I think I can find any of them. And it'll work. Yeah, the Sid Storm. Should still one-shot. Let's see, I have above 50% damage. So 50 plus 300 would be like 450? Yeah. So yeah, I can one-shot anything with less than 450 health. With that. No enchants necessary.
You have done mighty deeds indeed, and for a stranger, I will brew my potion now. But even without it, your fate is clear.
Never mind, you can't.
You will do great things, and when you face the greatest of evils, you will emerge wreathed in victory. Go now, and face your destiny without fear.
If I may ask, what specifically is your deck setup? Because if you want to be able to progress solo, I'm assuming, you want to keep your deck as small as possible. So you want to keep it something like this. For me, this is pretty much my case. But this is about how you'd want your deck set up for a myth as well, where you'd want your myth blades, your humongous frogs, and that's about it. Just use whatever item card blades you can. Because of that, also Spirit Blade. If you can train that, if you need it. With the extra damage, with that you should be having much issue. One-shotting everything. An easy mistake to make is to fill your deck up with too many cards that are useless. Much like Yu-Gi-Oh! Support cards are useless to you. So, packing shields and heals only actually make the fight less likely to be won, if that's your issue. The only health point that matters, essentially, is your last one. Right, so you can feel free to take as much damage as you need to. Just so you can hit as hard and as quickly as you can.
I'm sure that one will think twice before he troubles the town again. You're well on your way to becoming a hero. We've been ordered by Bjorn to stay in this camp, but there's something you can do for us. Bjorn told us he was sending Einar Thunderhammer, a blacksmith, to our camp to tend our weapons and armor. He's late, probably captured by the barbarians. Why not stroll over to the Splithoof camp and see if you can find him? If he's locked up, you'll have to find a key to free him. Just defeat Splithoof Rangers until you find the one with the key.
That was a line misread. Called them Rangers instead of Ragers. That's neat. Weird how they never caught that. Alright, where are they? Where are they? Oh, here they are. That's right. Yeah, if I remember correctly, these guys actually are the best source of couch potatoes. In Arc 1 at least. Yeah, so 620 HP, I cannot one-shot them. So against these guys, I think I'll just need to use Power Nova, even though it's overkill. Alright, what do we got? Same stuff as always. Yeah, that basic strategy I'm explaining to you applies for pretty much all of Arc 1, and then Arc 2, and then also Arc 3, and now Arc 4. The same strategy works out the entire game. Just blade and then hit, basically. And occasionally feint if the boss needs it. But usually you don't even need traps, usually just blades is enough. Alright, there we go. Oh wow, really? Okay. That's surprising. I think it's the first time I've actually... No, wait, I think this is the second time I've actually failed to get the drop on the first try. That's weird, because they buffed the rates massively on those quests. I can't wait to be out of Arc 1 officially. Because once Grizzleheim is over, we're not going to have to worry about the weakness spam anymore. That's a very specific Arc 1 thing, and then early into Arc 2, is this non-stop weakness spamming. It is quite tedious, to say the least. Okay, nice. We got our key. Or main building. Okay, so this is a boss in that case. So, just have to make our way in there. Alright, let's go. Yeah. So yeah, Caleb, I guess I'll just call you. If you adjust your strategy to work like that, you shouldn't have much issue in the future.
Break his bones! Take his gold!
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I forgot how little HP the enemies in Grizzleheim actually even had. I feel like that's something I remember every single time I come into here. Is it just remember, oh yeah, the enemies here are total pushovers. Because I always fight them like over double the level I'm supposed to. But yeah, Grizzleheim is a very weird experiment in the long, long history of Wizard101. The idea of this side world that would be running along with the main quest and be just as long and expansive as basically a world's worth of content, or like a street's worth of content for each world you completed, since it's level locked. And it would culminate in some cool boss fights at the end, which I think is cool. Yeah, it was definitely a different time, but with the Disney crossovers.
What's this? Hagen sent a child to come and rescue me? He should be ashamed. Still, though, you defeated Shattertusk handily. You're no mere youth, I'll wager. You have my thanks. I can find my way out now that Shattertusk is dealt with. You'd best head on back to camp and speak to Hagen.
Let's see. Where is the teleport? Here. It's a little bit of a waste. Actually, I feel like it still would be faster. Use a teleporter. Yeah, it's not that far. I was thinking maybe if I teleported back to the main area and then just walked back, it'd be faster, but no. I don't think so.
You rescued Einar, I gather. Good work. He'll tell others of your battle with Shattertusk, and your fame will spread. You're building a name for yourself. Becoming a hero our people will respect and admire. I'll teach you our ways, but there's a price to be paid. When you become one of our people, our enemies become your enemies. We've fought the Grendels for as long as we can remember. They're an ancient, evil race of terrible monsters. Some Grendels are small. We can fight them well enough. The most horrible of the Grendels are like avalanches. They must be avoided or endured. Easier to fight a mountain. Long ago, the Grendels invaded an old fort nearby named Drogarth. Now only spirits dwell there, but spirits have great wisdom. If you want to see our king, you should learn to fight the Grendels. Go and speak to the spirits there, and learn of the Grendels.
Alright. Not a bad quest, actually. Or not a bad way to set up the quest. I do like all this ancestor worship stuff going on. It's pretty neat.
I was one who fought the Grendels when they attacked this fort. First they attacked in daylight, and we fought them honorably. Then they crept over the walls in the night, and attacked as we slept. We fought bravely, but we were defeated. Now, this place is called Drogarth, the home of the dead.
You know, I'm actually going to be right back. Just been drinking a lot and it's moving through me pretty fast. I will be right back in about a minute or so. Alright, I'm back.
It is said that the first mother of all the Grendels went to all things in the world and begged them to swear oaths to never harm her child. She went in disguise as a kind old woman, and because she seemed harmless, all things agreed not to harm her child. Only the Spider Queen said no to her request, because spiders are evil and harm is in their nature. In time, the old oaths were forgotten somewhat, but those first Grendels could not be harmed by any force, and they grew great and terrible. Now, the greatest and oldest Grendels fear only one thing in the whole of Grizzleheim: spiders. Go and speak to Soren the Wise, and he will teach you to use that knowledge.
They fear spiders. Wait, where are we going? No, it's 52. Somehow I misread that as like 520. I do not know why.
I was blacksmith of this fort, and I fought alongside with the warriors, with weapons of my own making. My finest weapons were not enough. Our axes shattered, bent against the most powerful Grendel. We lost the battle. That will not happen again. I will show you how to make a weapon with the venom of spiders. A blade that will defeat the Grendels.
Soren the Wise teaches you the ancient arts of sword making, including some special techniques that will serve against the Grendels.
So wait, we're gonna be making a sword out of venom? Such a weird concept. Like that guy who makes the knives and stuff out of just random things like cardboard and like various bits of food. But I think even one time he made it out of like a can of soup or something. It's weird. But that does sound like it'd be pretty effective. If you could actually manage to make a sword out of it. And again, I don't know why we would need a special technique. I feel like that's something we could accomplish with magic. But then again, it's not like we're ever really told how to use magic itself. All we know how to use is our spell deck. So, whatever. We'll take what we can get. Not like it'll come up, though. This isn't even a case where we actually get something from it. There's a few similar cases in Art 2, actually. With some similar story beats where we'll actually get quests about specific weapons like that. But at the very least, at the end of that, we'll actually get the weapon that they're talking about. In the form of a wand. But unfortunately, here I don't think we get anything.
Did the spirits grant you the wisdom to fight the Grendels? You now know how to make a blade that will do harm to the most powerful of the Grendels. All great heroes need great weapons, and the best are those you forge yourself. It's time you had such a weapon. Go and speak to the blacksmith Einar Thunderhammer. He will show you what to do.
It's kind of a shame too, though, that the weapons that you do get from those quests are pretty awful, all things considered.
So, my rescuer returns. What can I do for you today? You know how to make a special blade to defeat Grendels? I can't wait to get started, but I'll need a lot of help. I'll show you how to forge your blade, but I can't do much without my forge tools. The split hooves took them from me when I was captured. After you rescued me, I looked around for them, but I couldn't find them. Could you go back to the split hoof camp and get my hammer and tongs from them? The one named Bloodseeker has them.
That sure is a name. Bloodseeker. Maybe a bit too cool. Alright, let's see. Where is he? He's this way. Take your time, Mero. We've got a lot to do today. So, you know, just take your time getting adjusted for it. Yeah, Grizzleheim is split up into several parts. At least the initial one is. Because that we're in a really weird situation when it comes to the length. I'm actually not sure if I can finish it in one day, even if I would do like 2 separate streams. One later, one earlier. I feel like I might have been underestimating the length of this. Or maybe not. I think it would depend. I might be misremembering what's part of just base Grizzleheim and what's part of Winter Tusk. Well, only one way to find out, which is to just do it. Or to just look it up online. That's another option. Also some good news, we'll actually be getting the leftover spells that we never got. Eventually, from that Eric Weirdroom guy, I think. I think he's the only one who gives it. Although we'll just be getting the diffuse spells, so it's not that big of a deal. Wait a minute, never mind. Grizzleheim apparently only has a base length of 68 quests. Interesting. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Although it will take a while. That is still quite a bit to do. Also, yeah, this is the sort of gear I was talking about that you would get access to in the bazaar at around this level. Because you can actually sell stuff in the bazaar, and so lots of people will. Speaking of, I actually make a trip there because I am almost full in my backpack. I thought last time I left off we were pretty good about that, but I guess not. Oh well, to the bazaar to sell off all this garbage. And just check what they have. Also, speaking of, do I have any trading points I can spend? Potentially. Maybe. I do, I have 2. Alright, nice. So let's head back in the School of Life. And grab Sprite, finally. What the?
You have gained your the spells that
so
heal over time
nice.
can be very
right, so we can also get Legend
so
Golem.
Make sure to use them wisely.
And that's it. Okay. Weird, why could we trade Legend Golem? And then nothing else. Wait a minute. Centaur. Spirit Armor. Seraph. Satyr. Centaur. And then I can train these if I get Centaur. That's rude. Anyways, might as well train up the Satyr. Might want the big heal later. Because yeah, despite not being an AoE, if we're going to be soloing everything in the game, then we don't really need Pigsy, at least not for our own purposes, because I believe they cost the same amount of pips. Although Pigsy is a really good healing spell too, I should pick it up eventually. From Lore Master. Although that'll take a while. It's actually a good question. Should I stream my Lore Master attempts? I mean, it'll take like 30 hours, like straight of streaming, if I were to actually try to get a spell, like even just one. But that is a good question, because I feel like I could do it occasionally. I don't know, maybe it's just like some random gorilla ones. I'll consider doing that. Alright, we got that one. Nice. Just selling all of this garbage. It'll take a little bit of time. Let's see. Okay, we got that one. It's a lot of gear we can't sell outright, but it's still completely useless to us. It's like for this one, we would just have to feed it to our pet. We'll keep that one, at least. Let's see. Hemostasis, Dragon Skull Blade. Oh, you made? Hey, fun managed to beat them. Nice job. Is it? That's what you mean. Oh, you're mad? Which one is it? That you finally managed to beat them, or are you just upset because you can't? It's actually a good question. What is the best gear I can find in here? I wonder what the best level 20 gear is currently, actually. There's not always the good stuff in here. It seems like, especially recently, you had to defeat a boss, now you have to do another, and another. Oh yeah, welcome to Marleybone, by the way. That's actually pretty normal. Yeah, you're gonna end up encountering that a lot, especially towards the later half of the world. You're gonna have to go into dungeons where there's nothing but bosses. But hey, that's Arc 1. Or really does Wizard101 in general, I guess. Yeah, so level 20, there's not really much good stuff, it looks like. Yeah, so this is like what you would actually want at level 20, is if you can get your hands on these. The school design gear. This is the best gear at level 20. As is the case for a lot of this stuff in Arc 1. Other than that, you'd probably just end up with something like this. Oh, wait. I saw something for Myth. Out of the bubble. That was a good one. I think you said you got the D&D hat. I have no idea which one that is, but I'll see, presumably. Okay, it's in order. Dandy hat. Wait a minute. You got the dandy hat? This one? Yeah, Caleb, you got this hat? Because that's a storm damage hat. And if you're a myth, storm damage doesn't give you anything. So, what you'd want is something more like this, the Hat of the Bubble. Because this increases your myth damage. Yeah, so you want to sort by your level and then your school. Also usable. Just make it easier. So you want to do that. And then you want to see whichever one has the best one. So, like for me right now. I'm just going to go down the list of what's available. And then... yeah, so all this is garbage, garbage. Okay, this one's good. So like if I were going to be buying Bazaar gear. Yeah. You need the gear that's for your actual school. Normally. Yeah, so the best level 20 gear would be... yeah, okay, so this is all of it. Yeah, it looks like out of what I'm seeing at least, the Ruined Hood, if you want the defense, or if you want the damage, it's the Hat of the Bubble, are your best options. Similar thing with the robe. It's gotta scroll over there. Okay, wait, we'll sort by schools too. Okay, whoops, did not mean to. Okay, never mind, I guess we have to do it like that. Archivists. Yeah, so Crocodiles Cloak is the best one in there currently, I'd say. Or Minus Vestment, again. It depends on if you want the accuracy or the defense. And same thing with the boots, basically. Yeah, just any damage will not increase your damage overall. You need the school damage specifically. Unless for some reason you're using storm spells, which would be weird. Because, yeah. As much myth damage as you can get, stack myth blades, use Humongous Frog. That's the key to success. I sold off everything I had, right? I still have a lot for some reason. I'm at 93. I must have a lot of housing items though. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. Guess I'll feed that. Okay. I'll just drop this off in the storage. What a nice clean deck for Grizzleheim. We'll just toss that right there. See what else do we have? That's plaque. Can't throw that down. That. Go here. Dragon Bust. Okay, Dragon Claw. This thing. Oh, that's right. That goes up on walls too. Oh wait, cool. We got the Dragon Spear combat theme. Nice. If I ever get a music player, I need to use that. Let's have it blasting in here nonstop. That's a big one. Okay. We weren't joking when they said it's a great Dragon Bust. The size of that. Alright, anyways. Spiral Glyph. That looks cool. And gift wrapping. Grizzleheim Shield, Hand of Fates, Holiday Wreath. Those are all wall hangings, I think. Another pet. Roasted veggies. Purple Transparent banner. Another wall hanging. Over rug. Lectern. Ooh, another lava fountain. Nice. Perfect. And this house is gonna get so cluttered by the end of this. Okay, anything else? Oh yeah, there is this. Okay, so we'll toss this down here. Turn it around. Move it. Okay, there we go. Nice. Anything else? Jewel crafter table. We'll have to turn that around. There we go. Okay. Alright, yeah. So the rest of these are wall hangings. Except for this. Now he is the jewel crafter. Nice. Okay. Now we just need to drop off everything that we can hang on the walls in here, and then we can get right back to questing. So, Dragon Rider staff, this thing. Oh, wow. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, those are scaled down a little bit. Not too much, though. I was about to say, that'd be surprising. They scaled it down, actually. Oh, cool. We can hang stuff on this thing. Too. Nice. And we even got the cool banner. Nice. Okay, so that should be most of my backpack empty. Okay, yeah, so I guess all that's left is to feed these seeds. We'll keep the king parsley, I guess. Not any particular reason to get rid of it yet. And it would be helpful for growing couch potatoes. Okay. Again, weird that I still have so much stuff in my backpack, though. Let's toss that. Let's see, what else we have. Yeah, I think everything else we want to store in the bank. Like that. That's the shared bank. Move that to the shared bank, and then move that to the regular bank. Okay. Anything else? The answer is no. I believe that's it. Okay. Alright, back to Grizzleheim. Okay, grinding for coins? Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, the easiest way to get gold in this game is ironically to do the quests, because the gear you get is the only good way to make money by selling it at the bazaar. So yeah, with that in mind, you're in kind of a weird position. I'd say your best chance to grind gold would be, I don't know, level 20. I've never had to do that. I think Kraken in Wizard City would be your best option in that case. Because he does drop some stuff you can sell for some decent amount of gold.
It's good to have my tools back. I felt like a part of me was missing. You have earned my gratitude once again.
Yeah,
Now
beyond
we're
that, I'm
going
not
to
really
get
sure how to help.
started. This blade will be forged according to our ancient traditions and the new technique you learned in Drogoth. For the metal of the blade, we're going to need a lot of peat. Peat is a kind of rotten mud we use to make bog iron. To make the blade deadly against Grendels, we're going to need spider ichor. The easiest way to get some of that is to defeat some bog spiders. You should be able to find peat and bog spiders in the webwood.
Okay. So not too bad. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so if we're smart about this, we can just avoid fighting them entirely. Nice. Wait, no, we're still missing one more. We need one more pile of that. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'll take it. I got one of the balanced ones. Well, not too big of a deal. Just have to use Power Nova, I guess. Yes, I wish you luck, Caleb, on your grinding for gold, sir. So we can actually get very good gear from that. Okay, let's see. Ah, dang it, we only got one. I think it would be easier to fight the boss, actually. Maybe. I feel like I can get 3 at a time there. Yeah, there's enough for 4 here. Oh, no, unfortunately. It only lets me do 2 at a time. Well, that's a lot dumb. Okay. One more, same as before, and same as every hereafter. Alright, come on, what you got? Hit me with something. Anything. Or not. Shame. Had the perfect opportunity. And just let it slip. That's 1, and there's 2. Nice. And that's all we need. Nice. Oops. Almost got caught in a fight there. Yeah, it's the issue with having it on borderless window mode, is ironically, I can actually click off the screen onto my second monitor and try to get rid of those things. So I end up sometimes just pausing the game, which makes me stop moving completely, which is very concerning when I'm right in front of an enemy. And grizzleheim has some good music too, though.
You've brought back some peat and spider ichor, just like I asked. Now on to the next step. I'll begin burning the peat down to get the bits of iron out of it. It's a long and dull task, so I won't trouble you with it. What I need next is beyond my ability to retrieve. The stinger of the Spider Queen Scothy, mightiest of the spiders. Scothy lurks deep in a cave in the webwood. I can craft it into the metal of the blade along with the spider ichor, and that will make the blade a bane to the Grendels.
Wait a minute. The stinger of the spider? I don't think spiders have stingers. I think they have fangs. It's like some sort of weird mix between a scorpion and a spider. I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird term that he uses on it.
I can hear your little footsteps intrude into my web, and you shall pay the price.
More bounce means. I complain more about the fact that there's so many bounce enemies here, except for the fact that they're so weak that it's not a big deal. Like at all. Okay, easy peasy. Spider, ichor, sack, squeezy, I guess. I do like the implication that we're defeating all these things and ripping it straight out of them. Oh, you got the hat finally? Very nice work. I'm not sure if you need any other pieces of gear, but hopefully that'll help you out a lot in the process. Yeah, sorry for missing some of these messages. I'm getting distracted pretty easily. What is the Kraken drop? Basically the best gear in Wizard City. or just a lot of it. The Kraken is the boss, Triton Avenue, and it was a pretty popular spot for grinding gold at low levels. Reason being that it just drops a lot of different things that are worth some amount of gold. So if you fight it enough times, that's probably the most efficient way to grind gold at a really, really low level. But yeah, beyond that, you just have to sell whatever you get from quests, or when you're questing, specifically.
Good work. It's in excellent shape as well. You're truly a skilled warrior. Let me get to work on the blade.
Einar begins hammering on the rough ingot of metal, folding the stinger into it until they are united. He hands the sword to you.
This is the finest weapon I have yet forged. You have your blade, but it needs to be blessed. Even with the spider stinger, it's still just a mortal blade. The blessing of the spirits will give your blade great power. And in this battle, you will need every advantage you can earn. Your blade must be thrice blessed, so you must seek the blessings of 3 spirits. In the woods by the boar camp is an old forest spirit called Iron Splinter. At this camp's waterfall, you can evoke a water spirit named Whispertide. Finally, you can summon a fire spirit called Stormglare from the campfire outside.
Alright, cool. Thankfully they're all nearby, so it's not a big deal.
Outlander, I sense in your heart the intent to rid our land of the Grendels. They foul the waters and plague the land. I bless your blade with the grace of water. Go now and use it with great skill.
Sure thing. Oh, never mind. I guess Iron Splinter is really far away. Also, yeah, we need to collect the second yard bird order. Where is it? I feel like I remember where it is, but clearly I cannot. Otherwise, I know where it is. Right, so it's near the board camp. There we go. Nice. Okay, so yeah, let's look up where this yard is. Sure we don't miss it on our first run through. Okay, so Staversard Pass is up at the very top of the webwood, basically.
Who trespasses upon my domain?
Okay, it's called nothing the voice actors before, but that one was not the best. 2 more days. 2 more days. Oh, free membership? I'm not sure if that's what you're referencing. I feel like that's the only thing that's actually... I think, although that is, I think I need tomorrow, actually. But if you count the day, yeah. Oh, nope. Oh, tomorrow, what is 2 more days? That's very ominous, just saying 2 more days. Yep, tip fill. Oh, there's 2 in Sabrostar Pass. I just want to get both of them. Oh, and this one is nearby. Oh, 2 more days until your birthday? Oh, well then happy early birthday. Nice. Although, try not to share too much personal information. Like your age or anything. Yeah, happy birthday.
You fought with honor, Outlander. I see that you are not one of the Grendels who spoil the land. I sense you bear a blade of power, made to defeat them. My blessing of oak is upon your blade. Wield it with great strength.
And you really hear all the compassion. The only birthday present you want is to finish this quest. If you need help, specifically, I feel unless you like want to solo it, which is understandable because I solo everything. But if you need help, there's the Wizard101 subreddit and also the Discord server have access to a lot of people who are more than willing to help carry people through content. Or you might even find a questing buddy on there, which could be helpful if you need it. You know, if you're into the whole making friends with strangers thing, it'd be nice to have a questing buddy, if you can. Let's see. Right, we want to collect this yardbird here. Forgot about that. Yeah, being carried through Arc 1 is a pretty common thing, I think. Just because a lot of people usually don't get too interested in the game until they hit Arc 2. Which is where the game starts getting a bit more interesting for soloing, I think. So you shouldn't have too much trouble. Okay. There's the third, now we're just in the second. Oh, BRB. Alright. Let's see what we got.
Forged in fire, this blade was made to be born against the Grendels. They act without honor, without pride, and should be defeated. Show me your sword, that I might bless it with the flame of courage. Within the heat of battle, it will not fail you.
Nice. Alright, so that's our blade. Forged and blessed.
I can sense the power that blade now holds. You've now a weapon fit for a hero, or even a king. Now that you've got your sword, there's little I can do for you. Take it to Hagen's shield breaker and he'll guide you to victory.
Nice. So we are now, officially, in possession of a sword that is made of spider venom and fangs, which is canon. That's part of the lore now. Throw in the Sprout Compendium, that's another thing we've got. Anyways, moving on.
Did Einar Thunderhammer help you make a blade suitable for a hero?
He did. Or even
You're
a king.
well on your way to becoming a hero, but even the greatest hero must choose battles wisely.
Oh no, we're kind of stuck on his head. Please.
You don't want to be distracted in your fight with Skellig, the mightiest of these Grendels. Skellig and his Grendels have overrun another fort belonging to our people, a place called Drogarth. Go there and defeat a few of them. They'll be wary of you after that.
Nice. Okay, so let's see. You Drogarth. Okay, there we go. Okay, just sandstorm. Should be enough. Easy. Okay, moving on. Grundle Darter. Where are these things? Oh, here they are. Nice. I think these are the ones that have like 700 health though, right? Yeah, basically. So we cannot one-shot them, unfortunately. They start with an unenchanted sandstorm. I feel like we need a little bit more damage before we could kill them with even an enchanted one. That is a shame though. Because being able to speed through this without needing to use our 7-pip would be nice. Of course, that's just for this first area. Then we'll be moving on to level 30-ish area, and then the final area will be like level 40, I believe. So we're gonna end up needing to use Power Nova anyways. Yeah, Grizzleheim is weird. Grizzleheim is a weird, weird world. Very, very weird. There's really nothing else like it in this game. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I feel like it's up to personal opinion. It's definitely not as good as Winter Tusk though, mostly because of how little XP it gives. You know, you go through Winter Tusk and you shoot up like 12 levels. Whereas here, if you finish it all at once, you get like 1, maybe. If even that. It's not very much. Okay, I think the Yardbird should be around here. Right? Yeah, it should be around here somewhere. No, yep, there it is. Right, there we go. And then the next one will be in the Vigrid Roughland. Not bad. They're so tiny, it's kind of difficult to tell where they actually are on the map. See if it's safe to pass through them. Nope, look like somebody's farming couch potatoes.
That will teach the lesser Grendels to stay out of the way when you face their leader, Skellig. Now there's no stopping you from confronting Skellig and driving the Grendel from Drogarth. Go to the fort now and see if you can find your way in. If the way is not clear, always remember that spirits contain great wisdom. Seek their counsel if you need it. Return here once you know how to enter the fort.
Alright, no big deal. So this is almost Savage Yard Pass being done. So we want to avoid this fight, if we can. Okay, so what's up?
The doors are sealed. You can tell that powerful magic is at work here. There must be a way through.
Okay, what's up, ghosts? What do you got for me? How do I get in there? And who am I talking to? Okay, it's this guy.
Those doors were sealed by a powerful Grendel shaman called Thulin. Only those bearing runic talismans may pass. To gain your own runic talisman, you must defeat Thulin and take it from him.
Okay, where is he? Oh, he's up there. Alright. So let's toss that down here. Make our way over there as soon as possible. Or as quickly as possible. I guess those are both technically the same thing.
You've come a long way to find me, Outlander. A pity you'll never see your homeland again.
You know, it's actually funny that that's true. We'll probably never go back to Earth in the game. Which, if they did, that would definitely be the jumping the shark moment, if there ever was one in this game. Speaking of, that's actually pretty popular. Oh, okay, never mind. So yeah, that's apparently something that some people actually do want. And there's somebody making a post about it on the subreddit. This idea of us potentially going to Earth in the game, which I think would have to be one of the weirdest decisions it possibly could make for the story. Especially given all of the stand-ins for Earth that we have in the universe. I don't know. To me, it just seems like that would be a real jump in the shark moment. It kind of already was one when they name dropped it explicitly, and acted like it was a big deal, as if we didn't already know that they were from Earth. But yes, our wizard is heading from Earth, and we will never see our home again. We're kidnapped by Ambrose.
You find a runic talisman among Thulin's possessions.
We're kidnapped by Ambrose. Now we're too busy being a god to head back to Earth and, I don't know, be a minimum wage worker, I guess would be the alternative. Yeah, all things considered. Oh, wait. But I have to head all the way back to Hagen Shieldbreaker. I probably should have been paying attention to what the narrator was saying just now. That would have helped. That would probably have answered my question. I know this guy is connected to a quest, but it doesn't seem like I have access to any. Because... yeah, the next one is in... oh, okay, never mind. It's a Northgard. Interesting. So it looks like it is unlocking quests as I go through. Because I know that guy's tied to one. Although I don't remember exactly what. Or why he doesn't already have something for me. It's been a really long time since I've actually gone through Grizzleheim. I could probably be close to 3 years at this point. Since I did.
That's how they kept our warriors out of the fort? A runic talisman? You're as clever as you are powerful. I could sing honeyed words of praise about you all day, but it is deeds, not words, my people will respect. Now is the time for you to bear your bane blade against Skellig, leader of these Grendels. Go to Drogarth and drive him from that once fair place.
Nice. Alright. Yeah, so... I'll actually say what I had to say.
You find that the runic talisman has already opened the gates to Drogarth.
Nice, as soon as you walk in. Like a little automatic door. Nice.
Foolish little hairless one. I cannot be defeated. What's that? A thrice blessed spider bane blade?
What the? Did his voice just change? Like halfway through that? Also, like he calls us hairless, but he's the one who looks like he's just wrinkly, pale, hairless skin covering him. It'd be like if he called us out on having eyes or something, when he has eyes too. It's very weird. Would have made more sense if he said something like, I don't know, what are those, spikes? Like spikeless one or something? Or, wait, they have hooves? That's the first time I've actually looked at their legs. I think they have like goat legs going on. That's neat. See, I would have been like if he called us like a hoofless one. Oh, maybe he's calling us that because we're not a bear? I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that might actually be what he was saying. He was saying we're not a bear. Okay, there we go. Finally. It's kind of concerned we're gonna have to pass for 5 turns straight. Thankfully, it seems to be going pretty well. So, we'll just have to keep this up. Okay. Okay. Nice. Then we just grab a little book. Or, I guess, a runestone. He called them runestones, but they have little books as the thing. Yeah, it's a book. But he said read the runestones, so it's how to pretend. Just pretend that this is just a really weird looking rock, basically.
Connor the Young was rune-wise beyond his years. Many secrets he knew of their use.
Yeah, let's use that imagination.
Bygone runes and runes of the future. Their knowledge was Connor's to master. Runes to blunt swords are to speak to birds. To quench burning brands are to quell crashing waves. Connor wrestled in rune lore with the rune sage Rhaegar, waxed in wisdom and won the wager. Wealthy in victory's grace, Connor took the name Rhaegar and closed the ring himself.
Neat. Rune magic is an underutilized concept. Like, it shows up in a lot of things. Even we're kind of, technically, sort of using it when we're throwing up our little school sigils every time it casts a spell. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, in the Doctor Strange movies, you see them do, like, those little magical circles whenever he starts to cast a spell, which have, like, runes and stuff on them. For some reason, like, the actual concept of magical runes themselves are very underutilized. Right, like, they show up for spells, but they're not actually like, the source of the magic. Which is weird, because it's not really necessary. There's actually a lot of different kinds of magic. Like, in mythology. There's lots of different kinds of ways that they work. And rune magic is pretty interesting, though. But unfortunately, it's more so used as an aesthetic than like an actual magic system. In most things. The only recent story I can think of that actually uses rune magic in that way would be, there's a manga called Witch Hat Atelier. And that's pretty much it. So, every other one just uses them aesthetically. They're not really a proper source of magic themselves. They're just something that shows up whenever you're using magic.
You did well. The whole valley echoed with the sounds of your battle. Now everyone will know you to be a great warrior.
Nice. And I've always wanted to be a warrior wizard.
I've taught you all I can of our ways, and you've learned every lesson. I will speak highly of you to Bjorn when I see him next. For now, you can go and tell him we would be honored to have you in our band.
Yeah, so I mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. Fun little lore thing is that, from their perspective, we were fighting the Grendel just now with that sword we have. It's canonically something we have and something we use, but from our perspective, it's just us using the same stuff we've always been using. So that's cool. I think this guy's quest actually takes place in Sourstar Pass, so I'll have to do this quickly.
I am a philosopher, rare among my folk. I ponder the great questions of life, the spiral, and fate itself. Few around here are interested in such pursuits, but in you I sense a kindred spirit. Perhaps you can help answer a question that has gnawed at my soul for some time now. My people are an active race. We sail through the skies. We walk through towns. We stand tall in the mountains. But tell me, do bears sit in the woods? Go and speak with Haken Shieldbreaker in his camp at Sevarstad Pass. He's almost as world-wise as I am, so he should know.
Yeah, so this is the guy who has the quest where we talked about that Ironbark dude.
Hello there, little outlander. I sense a question is coming.
You would sense correctly.
Do bears sit in the woods? What an odd thing to ask. Did Snorri put you up to that? I'm so busy dealing with Grendels that I've no time to sit down. I have an idea. Go and defeat 3 of the Grendel urchins that plague the old Fort Drogarth just north of this camp. When that work is done, return here and I'll give you your answer.
That is a really weird question, actually. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, do bears sit in the woods? The obvious answer is yes. Although, I'm not really sure what the philosophy of that would even be. Right? Because he says he's a philosopher. That's a very simple logistical question. Do they sit in the woods? And they have stools, which means that conceptually, yes, they do sit, so the answer would be yes. I'm not sure what the deeper philosophy they're supposed to be, if anything. I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb. Uh-oh. They survived. With 10 health. Surprising. Like, that's actually genuinely surprising. I didn't expect that to fail. Okay, just judgment them, I guess. Alright, let's see. One more judgment and we'll be done with this battle, but we still need to fight more. So tiring, having to fight these things. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of these defeat minion side quests in Grizzleheim, unfortunately. Thankfully, since we're done with one major area, there's not really a lot of crossover between them, so when we're finished with this Sourstar Pass side quest, we shouldn't come back here ever again, unless we're gonna, like, get couch potatoes, as I mentioned before. That's about the only reason you'd come back here. Okay, after that, we'll be on the Vigrid Ruffland, and then after that, it is, I think, 2 more areas, and that's it. Yeah, so we are at quest 19 out of 68. Then it'll be the Vigrid Ruffland up until quest 30, and then it'll be Merkholm Keep, which is where we fight the 3 big bosses at level 51, and then they have Ravenscar until quest 68.
So, you rid the fort of 3 of the Grendel urchins? Good to hear. My work is done for the day. I'm going to sit down and kick my boots off for a rest. And there you have your answer. Bears do sit in the woods. To put our boots on and take them off. Go and tell Snorri what you've learned.
Did we learn anything? I feel like that's such an obvious thing. It didn't learn anything. No, it's just a weird thing to ask in general. Snorri's just weird. Snorri's just a weird dude. But anyways. Once that's done, we'll be done with a Grizzleheim. And then we'll be moving on to Wintertusk. But we'll save Wintertusk for a little bit later.
That's a good answer, and a practical one to boot. Hagen is wise indeed.
Wait, why did you need a practical answer? Also, that was the word I was looking for. Practical.
I am pleased to speak with someone so eager to help me answer these great questions. I have another, if you've the time and will to help me. Your senses are the gates through which the world enters our minds. If something happens outside the reach of your senses, how do you know that it happened? If, for example, I use my axe to cut down a tree, we will see it fall and hear it crash. There is little doubt that it happened. But if the tree falls when there is no witness, does it make a sound? Go into the woods of Severstad Pass and seek the wisdom from my old friend, Swift Branch.
That is actually a slightly better question. I'm still not entirely sure what the whole setting thing was supposed to mean. Oh, is it because you never see a bear sitting? Wait. Yeah, I guess in practice, this is a similar question. It's basically the same idea, but the first question was just weird. So I guess what he was asking was, since if you're walking through the woods, you'd probably only see a bear that's either asleep or walking around. So the question if they ever just sit might actually be a legitimate one. But it's weird because bears are people here. And trees are not people, for the most part. Because this guy isn't a tree, he's a treant. There's a difference. A very slight distinction. As to what the distinction is, I don't know. These trees just suck, I guess. They're just too weird and weak to grow legs and walk around, I guess.
You don't look like a bear. What brings you to my forest? So Snorri sent you with a question for me. If a tree falls alone in the forest, does it make a sound? I've never heard a tree fall in the forest, but I have a feeling that my own experience is not answer enough. Go and speak to Wildroot, another of my kind. Be careful when dealing with him. He is not nearly as friendly as I am.
Oh yeah, we'll get to beat up this guy.
Who are you? This is my forest and my forest alone. I need no friends or allies, and I'll tolerate no trespassers. I'll meet you in my cave.
Nice. So yeah, this is how we're going to answer the question, I guess. Although, we were around to hear it, so this wouldn't really answer the question.
You were a fool to disturb me.
Yeah, so when we knock this guy down, right, we're going to be around to hear it, so of course it's going to make a sound. So this won't technically be answering his question anyways, even if they don't hear it. Or even if they do hear it. That's the funny thing about that question. Is that hypothetically speaking, there's no real way to prove it. Anyways, moving on. Let's see, what do we got? Alright, so I don't think we'll actually be able to beat Grizzleheim today, because we're about an hour, about 2 hours in actually, at this point. And we're just now finishing Severshot Pass. And I'd say I'm going at a pretty decent pace, all things considered. So, I think I might need to actually plan for another day this week, where I just like go through another thing of Grizzleheim.
Wildroot was a menace to this forest, a threat to all the folk who dwell here. You have done well to rid the place of him. In answer to the question that sent you here, you caused a lone tree to fall in the forest. What did you hear? Go back and tell Snorri that the true path to wisdom is not in asking others to answer questions for you.
Oh right, I forgot that was the whole point of this little quest. It's basically tell this guy to stop being a nerd or a weirdo and just be a weirdo on his own, basically. Yeah, so in that case, I'm gonna just have to plan for another day where I do Grizzleheim in like 2 separate parts.
Bjorn will want to hear of your deeds firsthand. Go and tell him what you've accomplished.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that around maybe 2.5 hours, I'm gonna end the stream here, and then I'll be back later for another stream, and then I'll just plan another day where I do 2 streams, and that should be enough to finish it. It's enough to finish Grizzleheim pretty easily. So yeah, for now that we'll keep going.
So, do you have my answer? You know, Swift Branch is right. It is foolish for me to ask others questions about the world of my senses. I think I am no closer to the truth, but I thank you for your help. I have much to think about, such as the sound of one hand clapping. Let me think on it.
I'm doing it. I don't think the mic's picking it up though. Okay, so next we need to talk to Bjorn Ironclaws. After this, I think we should be able to speak to the king. So let's see.
It is good to see you once more. You appear well enough. Hagen taught you well. The word of your deeds sped here like on the wind. Our people are impressed with tales of the glory an Outlander has won. But it is still too soon for you to see the king. Deeds grow in the telling. Your reputation is great, but not yet mighty enough.
Oh, come on.
I sense that you are a great warrior in your homeland. Your own people must have need of heroes. You should return home for now, but remember, you are always welcome in Grizzleheim. If you wish to earn a heroic name in Grizzleheim, Outlander, fate has put you on the right path.
Yeah, so that was the level 20 section, which is finished. Now it should be the level 30-ish section.
A small village called Andersholt is troubled by raiders, whose ways are not known to us. Go there and learn what has happened, and offer what aid you can spare. Go and speak to Egil Axebearer, the guardian of Andersholt.
Alright, sure thing. Yeah, so you can kind of tell based on what gear that gets dropped. So you can see we got the level 20 gear here. And so we're getting level 30 versions in here. So the Grizzleheim gear, when it actually came out, was substantially better than the regular gear you get access to. We're not going to find anything that's like as good as our Zeus gear, but this should be good enough. For our purposes at least.
They say you are here to help us. I am no warrior and cannot face the Red Claw, but I must recover my family heirlooms. When I fled Anders Holt, I lost my grandfather's woolen cloak, my father's ceremonial drum, and my child's wooden carving. Can you defy the Red Claw in the village, find these things, and return them to me?
Alright.
My grandfather's woolen
Whoops,
cloak,
okay.
my father...
You say Bjorn Ironclaw sent you? You don't look like much, but if Bjorn speaks well of you, we're glad to have your sword with us. Oh, this is what has come to pass. Ivar Anderson, our Thane, betrayed his village to a group of bloodthirsty warriors called the Red Claw.
I mean, I'd be offended at the fact that we don't look like much, but then again, if some 4'3" kid in a bathrobe and a little helmet came up to me, I wouldn't think much of him either.
The Thane is supposed to be our leader and champion, but Ivar opened our gates to the Red Claw and they raided the village. Now the people of Andersholt are hungry, cold, and afraid, and I cannot go and hunt for them because I must stay and defend them here. If you wish to help, go into the forests and return with warm fur. Ferocious wildclaw fur is best, and gather some winter berries.
Alright, easy enough. Any other side quests in here we should grab? Okay, no, never mind, we're good. Okay. So that's one set of berries. Yep, so you can see their HP actually went up a little bit. So now we're going to have to use Power Novas on them. Sort of. I mean, we could just blade up like once or twice and then use Sandstorms, but at that point, there's no reason to just not use Power Nova. So yeah, we'll just get rid of that other Sandstorm we have. And put the other Power Nova back in, I think. Is our best solution here. landmarks at sea. It's going to be Bigger Roughland and then Mercombe Keep, if I'm remembering. Yeah, so the Mercombe Keep and Raven Scar are the last two. Maybe. I'm trying to think if I can finish it today. Because I can finish the Vicar Roughland before we end, then I could beat Grizzleheim by the end of today. But I'm also thinking I might just want to do 2 separate days, so then I also have enough time to do Kensington Park and Barkingham Palace, which are 2 dungeons I should also do. I just need to wait for the other one to show up. Okay, there we go. So I think what I might actually do is I might leave Grizzleheim for now, and then go to Kensington Park instead for the last bit of the stream. And then I'll be back later tonight, and I'll finish up Vicar Roughland, and then maybe also Barkingham Palace, and then the next day that I assume is going to want this week will just be the rest of Grizzleheim. I feel like that's a good plan. So let's just leave a mark, I suppose, down here, and then we'll go try to do what we couldn't do before. Where is it? Wait, why don't we have the quest of Kensington Park anymore? That's weird. Wait a minute, yeah, where is the quest? Let me tell him I'll also grab this.
Wizard, Sherlock Bones ordered me to find you. He's in urgent need of your assistance. Seek him out in Digmore Station at once.
Yeah, we need to head there anyways. Yeah, so let's just try doing Kensington Park. Which shouldn't be too difficult now. We'll throw in a Blade Storm. And I think that's good enough. Okay. Right, that's the Ironworks. Kensington Park is this one. Alright, let's do this. I don't think you get anything good from here, so there's not really much reason to do it.
Gadzooks! Dr. H.G. Waggs, our most famous inventor, has been kidnapped. I fear that his clockwork automations may be used for sinister purposes.
But it's still something that we haven't done yet, so...
We're not sure who kidnapped Dr. Waggs, but some of the clockworks now say that they serve Stoker. I'm afraid we don't have a lead on this chap. Dr. Waggs' clockwork assistant has been captured and deactivated. He could tell us where the doctor is, but he needs parts to be reanimated. If you were to get a helical gear, a sprocket idler, and a piston rod, I believe we could get him working again. You'll have to fight to get those parts. Good luck.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they drop anything particularly good. Not like Barkingham Palace, which will actually drop some gear that could potentially be helpful, since it is designed for level 45 players. Yeah, but this one is just garbage. This one's just a side thing. I don't even think I don't even think it drops crown gear or anything. It's just a side area for fun. Like the Tomb of the Beguiler, or the... What the? Yeah, like the Tomb of the Beguiler, or the other one. What was that one? Oh yeah, Sunken City. That's one. Just challenge for the sake of it. Thankfully, we're at a point where we shouldn't have too much difficulty killing them. If we do the triple blade and then in the power nova, that should be able to kill these guys. Okay. That's actually kind of good, because if I get power pip next turn, I mean I didn't waste one. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's my biggest complaint about using Blade Storm, is that frankly, it probably shouldn't cost pips at all, because mostly what it does is just ruins your power pips, because when you have a 100% chance, all that really means is you're using up one more pip than actually necessary. And we don't have pip conversion yet, and we don't have pip conversion for a really long time. It's basically just a ripoff for a blade that's not even, like, good, necessarily. It's just barely a factor. Okay, so we didn't. We did not manage to kill, so we'll have to do that again. Okay, so just blade them pass, basically. Oh wow, another weakness. Fantastic. And then to think about it, I don't think there's a version of Mass Hex we can actually use, because I think that's only available in the Dragoon hat. That would be convenient. Because let's see, we'll be doing 900 base, so yeah, I don't think we'll need an enchantment to kill. Even if we did, we could just use Judgment the next turn. For the same effect. Yep, we're taking quite a bit of damage to get this done. So that's a shame. But at the very least, it's possible now. Whereas before, it basically wasn't. Yeah, with Power Nova, we're about as good as we can really get. So, we'll just have to keep trying with what we've got. Alright. Nice. So, Sunken City is like medium length, but the Tomb of the Big Island was super long. Thankfully, I think this one is also short to medium length as far as dungeons go. I don't think it should take that long. Hopefully it doesn't take the entire 30 minutes to do. Because we need to defeat Clunky, but we do not have any health wisps. Okay, I guess I'll need to pop a potion for it. Oops, just barely missed it. Yeah, my mouse, thanks to the borderless full screen, I ended up accidentally going off screen instead of being able to do it in time. Well, I shouldn't die. Especially not if I actually do enchant this one. Yeah, I shouldn't die here. I'll just enchant and hit, I think. But it will come close. It would definitely come close. Okay, so we will enchant it. Nice, fizzled. Oh, there it is. The weakness. If it weren't for that, I think this actually would have one hit. Yeah, it's just barely under the one hit range. That's shame. You know, we'll double judgment. Because it won't matter either way. Also, we don't use a spell often enough. Okay, there we go. One more time, and we got it. Nice. Came out of this with a decent chunk of health still. Didn't even need that potion. Although, it probably still took it, even though it didn't heal me. Oh, nope, never mind. There it is. Nice. That is good, actually. It's more than I was expecting. Yeah, pepper still 71%. Oh, here it is. I was wondering what the health wisps would be. Scritch, Scrotch, and Scratch? Are those their names? Those names are, certainly something. I feel like Scrotch is still the weirdest one. Scrotch is still definitely a weird name. Whereas Scritch and Scratch pretty normal. Alright. Are we going to actually manage to get a hit off without being weaknessed? That is a good question. We will go for it. Yeah, might as well go for the monstrous. We'll just pick up more for next stream. So I don't mind using these ones. You have plenty of gold for more too. Although actually, if I made my way over to Celestia, I might not need them now that I think about it. Another thing about it, if I made my way over to Celestia really quick, nah, we'll just use more monstrous TCs. Be a good chance for me to pre-enchant a lot of hits too.
Thank you for collecting the parts in such a timely manner. Now we can really take the fight to them. Just down the block, you'll find where they are harboring Gyro, Dr. Wag's assistant. He refused to join them, so they deactivated him. Mind you, one of the Clockwork street thugs named Ratchet is standing guard over him. I know he's not about to give up Gyro without a fight. I'm sure you'll clean his clock. Work? Just the spot of humor.
Nice. I appreciated it. Okay, moving on though. Yeah, I missed the very precise nature of these ramps, where you have to approach them from the front. You can't get up on them from the side. Not even at their most, like, low to the ground point. But they're really specific about it. Wester was pointing over here. I don't know, because I got confused again.
You shall not reactivate the clockwork gyro. Not as long as I animate.
Not as long as you animate. That's a weird way to say that. It would have made way more sense if he said, like, not as long as I'm animated. When he says animated, it makes it sound like he's the one making them all. Which, I mean, he could be making them. Yeah, I feel like that's possible, actually. If this guy was, like, responsible for making some of the additional ones where you see running around. Like the random mob versions of them, at least. That actually would make some amount of sense. Because there's a bunch of them out there. Okay. So it seems like none of the other ones are coming down here. So I feel like it's safe to just go for a judgment. Yeah, it seems like they can't come down here. So I'll just, it's 7 plus 350 plus 350, so that's 1400. Okay, we'll pass. And then I think with an enchant, this should kill. If not, we'll just have to hit him again. And we fizzled. Nice. Okay, yeah, let's have to go the old-fashioned way. Alright. We'll have to be sure to dig that one out once we're done with this fight. Alright, no weakness or anything, so it should kill pretty easily. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
You install the parts into Gyro to reanimate him.
My master, Dr. Wags, is being held at the factory. Stoker, a malfunctioning clockwork, is forcing my master to re-automate all clockworks to obey him. Stoker wants to take over the city. Luckily, our overheard ratchet give the combination to the factory gate. Please go and save my master. I would battle Stoker myself, but that factory is full of spiders. Spiders! Spiders everywhere! And all they do is clink. My programming does not like spiders.
Yeah, as far as useless dungeons go, this is definitely something. But I do appreciate the fact that it does have a way better story than the Tomb of the Beguiler or Sunken City. This one's actually kind of funny and cute. You know, when he said it was full of spiders, I expected there to be like more than 3. I don't know, maybe that's on me. Although I do feel like that's pretty accurate, actually. People who are afraid of spiders are usually scared of just 1. So 3 probably seems like a lot in that case.
Huh. You come to rescue this worthless inventor. Your foolishness will be your own undoing.
Oh, that's weird. He didn't have like any sort of mixing on his voice to make him sound like a robot until like halfway through the line. That's weird. Like it started off as like a normal dude, and then it immediately went over to being like slightly robotic. Well, hey, whatever works. Let's see what we've got. Same stuff as before. I feel like maybe I should pack a feint, because I know the dungeon isn't over here. I don't think. Otherwise, it's moving way too fast. And come on. King's Eye would never make it short, sweet, and simple. They have to throw as much as they possibly can at you. While also not having to make any new assets. As if you notice, this room is the same exact one as we fought the O'Leary Rasa. Like, it's the same model of building. Which is kind of funny. Except I think those barrels are new. I think this room is also mirrored, so it's possible those were in the other one, just on the other side. Nice, we one-shot it. That's our power without a weakness.
You little wizardling. You think you can defeat the great Stoker? Ha! You can have the doctor. I will now go and collect my clockwork army. Ha!
Oh, so it's already too late.
Thank you, my friend. Quite ironic that I became enslaved by my own invention. We should never allow our technology to become our masters.
Well, I mean, that's pretty normal, actually. Although in your case, it was probably a bit more literal than most others.
Stoker's had a mechanical breakdown which has changed his programming. He must be stopped before Marleybone is destroyed. You'll have to follow him down into his lair. He'll have a lot of help from other malfunctioning clockworks. I hope you are up for a challenge.
Oh, sure. Why not? Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, I guess now's as good of a time as any to throw in a feint.
Ha! You will tremble when the clockworks rise and become the masters of Marleybone. Wizardling, prepare for defeat against my science. Come and feel the burn.
Nice. That was a nice way to mix that. I appreciate it. Okay, but yeah, I think this is actually the ending of it. Because I knew we had to fight him 2 times, but that was about it. So yeah, if this is the 2nd time, then this is it. Nice. Okay. Little Blade Storm. If we pip fail, then we'll faint, but if we get a power pip, we'll just bounce blade again. Okay, one more bounce blade, and then it won't matter. Alright, nice. So, with an enchant, this should have absolutely no problem one-shotting him. Alright. What do we got? Ooh, nice. 4,000.
You did it, my friend. Thanks to you, all of Marleybone is safe from Stoker's army. I'll make changes in my design so this never happens again.
Oh, okay. Wait, was that it? Was that it? Okay, yeah, that was it. That was Kensington Park, I guess. That certainly happened. Let's talk to Sherlock Bones. Let's see what he has to say. Overall, though, yeah, Kensington Park is a cute little quest. You know, it's got a nice little story about robots, some nice little dialogue. Super short, though. That was like super duper short. Yeah, thankfully with Power Nova, though, it was pretty much effortless. So, this gives me a good opportunity to end on, but first I'll actually set myself up for Buckingham Palace.
My young friend, I have been alerted to a crisis at the royal residence. Buckingham Palace is at risk. I fear the Queen may be in jeopardy if we do not intervene immediately. You can use my brother's credentials to get inside. Tell the yeoman warders at the gate that Mycroft Bones sent you. I'll meet you inside the Buckingham Palace courtyard.
Nice. So yeah, overall, I appreciated Kensington Park for what it was. Not too bad. Just wish that the HP wasn't so high since it's such a minor area. Seems a bit weird. For it to be so difficult, relatively speaking.
Buckingham Palace is closed for the evening, as the Queen is being entertained by an opera singer. This sounds like a lot of yowling to me, pardon my saying so. And what singer needs such a large entourage? But who am I to judge? Bones sent you? Which one? Mycroft? Of course, you can go right in, begging your pardon.
Nice. So yeah, this is what's behind this gate that they were guarding the whole time. This place, which looks pretty nice actually. And got a nice air balloon.
Now we can get at the heart of the matter. Watson?
Thank goodness you've come. We heard the Chief Whip shut the palace up tight, but not the reason why. Sherlock is most concerned.
You've heard the Queen is hosting an opera singer? Curious. And the singer has a large entourage accompanying her? Curiouser. Although the Valencians originated opera, it was refined and enhanced at Tannhauser. Kill the Canadian, kill the Canadian. I will review what I know of the Valencian art form, while you get a first-hand account.
I'll keep an eye on Sherlock while you go into the State Wing and see what you can discover about this opera singer. I fear something's not right.
Well, we'll get right on that next time. Thank you to everyone who joined me for this. We were able to finish the very first part of Grizzleheim and also Kensington Park, which was surprisingly short and just under 2 hours and 30 minutes. Which is about what I'm going to call it today. Tonight's stream might be longer, so that way I can finish a bit more of Grizzleheim. Yeah, with that in mind, I will actually be heading out for now. And we will be touching this next time when we're back on later. Probably in about 3 to 4 hours, possibly. Anyways, I'll see you all then. Thank you, Caleb, again for the follow and chatting with me for a bit. And I had a good time. So yeah, overall, I'd say today's been a pretty good one. And hopefully next stream is equally as successful.